Hey everyone, this is Anna. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I want to share with you this really cute stamp called Happy Accidents by Kindred Stamps, and it has 5 stamps in the set, and it's featuring the late Bob Ross. I love his videos, and of course, as soon as I saw this stamp set, I knew I had to have it. Here you see me adding the Darice stamp pad right under my craft mat. That helps me get a much better impression on my stamps. I do a few of the trees, and you will see me doing some of the clouds and a couple of the sentiments, and I did an extra of Bob's image as well. I am using Prismacolor pencils for this particular card. The other card that I will be showing you a little later, I will actually use Copic markers for that. In here, I just wanted to show you the different colors that come in the set that I have of color pencils. By the way, all of these items will be listed in the video description below, so in case you're interested, you know where to find them. I begin to color the hair first, and since I know that he was curly hair, then I make sure to add a little bit of texture with my darker color pencils just to make a little bit of the curls show. And I am mixing these images with color pencil and baby oil in a paper stick. I will show you where you can find these as well. This is a really easy and fun technique to color with your pencils, and it allows you to get better coverage and be able to blend the different colors together. And if you make any mistakes, or if you think that the color is not right, you can always get a white eraser and erase over the color pencil if you have not added any baby oil yet. As you can see, for each part of the image, I use different shades of the same color to create shadows and highlights. And since in this card he is painting trees, I did his palette with different shades of green. For the trees, I'm using different shades of green, and I try to color each tree differently and leave a little spot in the middle for the face to show through. Even though I left the spot, it was still a little bit dark for what I wanted it, so you will see me here in a few just kind of going over with the white eraser and just lining the area of the face so you can see it easier. And now that all the images are colored, it's time to fuzzy cut. And then I start working on the background panel. I use Pastels to color the background, and I love using Pastels because they are so easy to blend and they cover large areas very easily. If you have not tried them before, I highly recommend that you do. They come in many different colors, and all you need is one of these special sponges that are made just for Pastels. Most of the sets come with one, but you can also buy them separately. They are, like I mentioned before, super easy to blend, and what I like the most is that they can also be erased just with a regular eraser. So if you make a mistake or if you need to change the color, it's very easy to change. And to adhere the images, I use foam squares and also glue. I like to mix both since I think it gives it a lot more depth whenever you add some straight to the panel and some raised up. Now I will add a little bit of a darker brown to add shade behind the trees. I added especially behind the trees that are popped up. Also, I add a little bit of shade right under where Bob is standing, so that way he doesn't look like he's just floating over the sentiment. Using these special shears, I am making strips of what looks like grass. That way I can put at the very front, and I add a little bit of brown just to make it a little bit more colorful and match the background. Adhere it with glue on either side of the sentiment, and I make sure that to ruffle the little edges to give it more depth and movement. For the card base, I'm using Nina cardstock in A2 size, top fold, and a very light yellow color cardstock for the back panel. You will only be able to see a little bit of the yellow, but it's enough to give it a really nice contrast against the blues and the greens of the card, and it matches really well with the palette that he's holding. Sometimes whenever you color with color pencils, some of the details are not as pronounced, so I like to go back with a fine copic black marker and just kind of go over the lines to make them darker. I also add a white little dot inside of the eyes. And finally, I am adding some glaze to some of the areas, some of the trees, the clouds, and his shirt and pants. And that finishes this card. It's very fun to make. It looks super cute in person. And of course I couldn't stop at just one card, so I made another card using the other sentiment. This is the second card using the same stamp set, and it says no mistakes, just happy accidents, which is one of the lines that he would say in his shows all the time. For this card I used Copic markers to color the image and some distress oxides along with some white, rose gold, and clear embossing powders. I used the emboss resist technique and also added some glitter. I wanted the background to be very vibrant and fun, just like his paintings were. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial and that extra card that I made with the same stamp. Please subscribe to my channel if you have not done so already, so you won't miss any new videos coming up. And if you like this video, I would appreciate a thumbs up, and don't forget to share with your friends. Thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourselves, and I hope to see you next time.